Welcome to this overview of Zendesk as a platform. So Zendesk is a customer service and employee service platform that we can use to give support, follow up on tickets, and get insights on how your company is doing from a customer care or employee service perspective. We all know Zendesk as the traditional Zendesk suite, meaning we have a suite of solutions that we offer, meaning it's omni-channel, so your customers can reach you over messaging, social channels, email, voice, etc. They have a very big self-service and help center focus with their bots, with the help center, with guide, meaning customers can help themselves before they need your agents. Once they reach your agents, they have the agent workspace, which offers a unified inbox, offers routing, integration with other departments, apps and tools, and it's basically the place where your agents can handle all customer inquiries. And of course, they have a very extensive reporting and insights module via Explore, so you know what your company is doing, how efficient you are, what your customers are thinking, and detect knowledge gaps. So that's in the Zendesk suite that we basically all know and like. Looking a little bit deeper, we can split it out in a lot of components. So it all starts, of course, with your customers. They have a question, they reach out over you over a myriad of channels, going from web forms and email, more traditional, to social messaging, web chat, mobile applications. We've got a first line of defense with our AI agents, meaning we offer self-service, ticket deflection, try to help the customers without putting in the agent effort. If an agent is needed though, Zendesk is there via the agent workspace. So via intent mapping, triggers and routing, we can make sure that the customer's question arrives with the right agent. That agent has the agent workspace, or support as we used to call it, which is basically the place where they can see all their outstanding work. They can, of course, handle those tickets. They can reference knowledge-based articles. They can collaborate with other teams, people, departments. They get some basic reporting via Agent Home, knowing what's up, what are we doing, how many tickets are open, and they have all the context they need, like did the customer already raise a ticket before, what's the order status of the order the customer is inquiring about, and all those insights. Of course, your agent doesn't work alone, and they work in a team, they work across your company, and there it becomes important that we also integrate with your data. So we can, for example, pull in data from your CRM, from your web shop, other data sources and processes, so your agents have the actual information at hand. And of course, if the agent does stuff like they offer a refund or they cancel an order, then that data needs to move towards your logistics team and your finance team so they can handle those inquiries. That entire setup, as we see it here, is what we call Zendesk Suite, and that basically is the starting point for a good customer or employee service experience. Of course, Zendesk doesn't stop there. Over the years, they've expanded their tool, and one of the biggest changes in the last 2 years has been the introduction of Zendesk AI. Zendesk AI is not just a little bit of AI sprinkled on top of Zendesk, but it basically takes all the elements that are part of your regular Zendesk suite and they automate and empower them with AI. The big focus of Zendesk AI lies on the same three, let's say, areas of your customer support. So your frontline, where we used to have a help center where people search, can now be automated with AI agents, so we can even offer even faster and better 24/7 support for your customers. Where the agents have the agent workspace and used to be able to do all the actions themselves, look up the information, type the answers, we can now automate a lot of that process and make sure that the right context and answers and actions are done for the agent instead of the agent needing to do them all manually themselves. And for your team leads, admins in the bigger company, where you used to have Explore to go hunt for your data, we can now automate that QA and reporting part and really surface the important parts of your data. So Zendesk AI, on top of Zendesk Suite, basically empowers those three big aspects of your company. A question we get a lot from our customers is then, okay, that's all nice, but where do we start? How do we enable this? What are the right steps to take? And that brings us to this, what we call the CX journey, or the way we at Premium Plus help our customers to grow with Zendesk. All customers start with the Zendesk Suite. And you need your basics right. You need your agent workspace, you need your omni-channel setup, you need your reporting. That's the basis where you work on. Once that's set up, you quickly notice you run into, let's say, limitations or issues you want to see fixed. Could be that you have way too many tickets coming in, and your agents are basically busy with answering the same topics day by day by day. That's where the AI agents come in. So that's about automating tickets, deflecting them, offering solutions, and making sure that the amount of escalated tickets for your agent goes down. It might also be that you have a good amount of tickets coming in, it's all handleable, but your agents spend a lot of time per ticket because a lot of their tasks are repetitive actions within your systems, but they do actually need that human touch. For example, refunds or troubleshooting steps. Those are scenarios where you don't really need an AI agent because it's the agent that does the thing, that handles it, that gives that human touch, but you want to make their job more efficient. And that's where you need Agent Copilot and advanced AI to basically assist the agent as a real copilot with doing their job. So AI agents and copilots are basically two sides of the same coin. They both fix your ticket efficiency, help with handling tickets, provide hopefully better customer CSAT in the end, but they handle it differently. AI agents is about deflecting, self-service, automating. Agent Copilot is about helping your agents, automating steps and processes, surfacing information, making their job easier to do. You don't need both. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but either one of those can fix a specific issue, and it's up to, and when we look at your Explore data and your reporting data, we very quickly discover like, hey, this is the part where you need to invest in first, deflection or agent assist. Once you've got one or two of those solutions there, you'll very quickly see a change in the amount of tickets coming in, your average workload, and all those metrics will start changing. To improve your process even more then you need insights. If you notice your CSAT is going down, you want to know why. If you want to prevent things escalating, you need insights in what are the topics that customers are asking. Are there any new things that come up? Are there any processes where we block or they take a long time? Are there any things that customers are asking which are not on our help center? Are we blind for certain aspects? And that's where our third step comes in. So after having a good basis with Zendesk, automating as much as possible, we're going to start looking at insights using Zendesk QA reporting to basically look at all the interactions you have with your customers and see are there insights we can use to improve your customer experience even more. Some of those might just be filling in gaps in the help center. Some of those might be improving a process or documenting or integrating for your agents and making that part better. Some of those might just be collaborating with other tools and departments. Could be that your customers have a lot of questions about orders and delivery, but that's not something your agents can fix. It's not something you can document, but you actually need to maybe integrate with your logistics department tooling, or you need to collaborate better with your last mile delivery partner. And that's where we start doing like the fourth major piece in this flow after agents and insights is we start integrating, building better collaboration and basically taking your company, your partners and everybody in the broader picture and just your CX team into the picture to start breaking down silos and like improving those processes. And if you do all those steps right, or if you work on all these steps like in repetitive nature, you very quickly start seeing that your customer care will improve majorly with better resolutions for your customers, lower workload for your agents, and like an overall better functioning customer care team in your instance. And that's the way we approach it within Premium Plus for our customers. Diving in a little bit, because some of those like AI agents and Copilot are rather new, so we'll dive in a little bit and explore. First part is AI agents. So AI agents, also known as chatbots, bots, you name it, are there to automate your customer interactions. People always think about the AI agents as like the chatbot on the website, but actually when we look at data on our customers, over 60% of them have customers that still interact over like traditional channels like email and voice. So when we talk AI agents, we don't only mean the messaging bot, but we also talk about email automation, customer emails. We look at our databases, we look at our knowledge sources, we look in our CRM and web shop, and we provide an automated answer for the customer's query. And now the same for voice. If the customer calls, we can use the voice AI agents, we can use ticket transcription, we can use intelligent routing to make sure that that voice call is also not only handled by the right agent, but that we already look up the order number, the issue, the reason before it reaches the agent. So when we talk AI agent, we really mean social messaging, email, and voice. Getting started with those three can be a little bit overwhelming. We all see like those complex bot flows on websites that handle everything, and that's like the dream. But getting to that 80% automation rate where we handle almost all interactions via an AI agent is not something you do in a few days. The way we approach it is by basically iterating on the process and improving your bot over time. The easiest or fastest way to get started is to basically leverage what's already there. So by combining generative AI, large language models, and bot persona, we can take your existing website and help center content, link it to one of our AI agents, and when a customer asks what are the three delivery options, we pull the data from the help center and we generate an answer. If a customer says, hey, what's the difference between an apple and a tomato? We go to your help center or to your product information and we pull the differences and we reply back. Important here is we look at your data, your help center, your website, and we don't pull from the broader internet because, well, you want to give the right information and keep it under control. By activating your help center knowledge and data, we can get you to like 10% automation rather quickly by just using what's already there. Once you have a bot that starts responding in a generative nature, so it starts detecting what the customer is asking, what are the use cases, you'll quickly discover that not every question can be handled by just a generative reply. If the customer asks about a certain, what are the products that you offer, you might need one or two guiding questions before you can answer that. And if a customer says, hey, how do I brew a cup of coffee? You might want to know, do you want to go filter, espresso, or cappuccino? And once you know that, then you can generate and show the recipe to brew a cup of coffee, for example. Or if they say, how do I update the software of my device? You might want to check, is it a phone or a laptop, before you give the right information. So that's where we take it from 10 to 20%, where we basically build out flows for you, where we ask a little bit of contextual information from the customer, and then reply back with the right answers to them. And that makes that you can deflect like 20% of tickets. The next one, the red one on the slides, is the next step, a little bit more complex. If a customer asks, where's my order? Well, we obviously, within that 20%, will ask, hey, what's the order number? And then an agent can assist with giving the answer. But it would be nicer if the agent wasn't involved. So to get up to like 40%, what we will do is we'll ask for an order number, and then we'll do an API call to your web shop, get the status of the order, and then tell the customer easily, hey, your order has been shipped, it should be there in 3 days. No agent involved, we use an API, we integrate, and we can give them a perfect answer. Of course, people will still need an agent. If the website says should be delivered and they don't have their package, well, then we need to escalate to an agent to investigate. But at least by integrating some of your use cases with your backend systems, your CRM, your web shop, we can get you up to 40%. 60 and 80% are like the goals, but they're not a goal for every company. If you have a very luxurious brand, if you want to do white glove treatment, if you are in an industry where the personal touch is important, maybe you're happy deflecting 20 to 40%, and you're saying all the cases where we might need a human, we just want to send it to one of our agents and deliver real quality personal support. If you're in a fast track, big industry where you get a lot of repetitive inquiries and the correctness of the answer is more important than, for example, the personal touch, then you might want to investigate even more and start automating a lot more of that process. That's where the 60 to 80% comes in, where we really look at the behavior and the effectiveness of the bot and start pinpointing, there is a knowledge gap here, you're missing information. If you write more documentation, then the bot will perform better. Or this is one where we always escalate because we need to ask additional questions. Maybe we ask those questions in advance and then we deflect. And this really becomes like, for us, a repetitive motion of implementing a change, measuring the outcome, sitting together with the customer to investigate, hey, what's going on? How can we improve this? Do we need to improve this? Making those changes and then iterating so we can get to 60, 80% automation. And that's how we implement like the AI agents for ticket deflection in a structured way where we allow you to grow with data and we grow with the customer to build out a full-fledged self-service solution. Of course, like we shown earlier, self-service and AI agents is only one part of the story. Some questions will and should and have to be answered by actual agents, human beings with emotions, with nuance, with decision-making capabilities. Traditionally, agents do that job themselves. There is a big training part of that. You need to know the processes, you need to know where the data lives, you need to know how every ticket works. And there is a lot of writing involved with writing answers, using macros, combining information from multiple sources, and helping the agent. With the new Agent Copilot from Zendesk, we basically automate or assist the agent in doing that job on a day-to-day basis. Copilot does not replace your team. That's important. Where an AI agent kind of takes over the job of an agent and handles the ticket entirely themselves, with Copilot, we kind of have something or somebody sitting next to the agent assisting them. So if, for example, you've got a process to handle a refund where you need to know what's wrong with the product, do you want to have store credit, or should we just send another product, or do you want to get credited back on your payment method? And if we do so, then we need to, for example, escalate it to finance, they will approve it, and then the customer gets their money back. That's the process. Agents need to learn that, it takes a lot of time. Mistakes might be made, but it's like the process they need to know to handle that type of question. With Agent Copilot, we can just write down that process in Zendesk as a procedure with all the steps of this is what we need for information, this is what we need for qualification and validation, and once you've done that, these are the things you need to do. We write those down, and when the system detects a ticket about refunds, it will automatically suggest the agent saying, hey, here's some pre-written text, we should ask the customer for a refund reason and what kind of refund they want. The text is pre-written, the agent can of course jump in, add nuance if they want, and then that gets sent to the customer. If the customer provides all the information, then the agent will get presented with action buttons to execute refund or confirm with customer, and if they click the button, we just execute that refund via API, and the Auto Assist Copilot will basically tell the agent or the customer, hey, refund's been done, you get your money back in 3 days. And the agent can just confirm, close the ticket, and move on. And what's nice here with the Agent Copilot is that the agent is still in control. If the procedure says, hey, a voucher that's expired cannot be renewed, and the customer decides like, hey, this is an exception case, I want to do it, they can just override it, jump in and do that. In all the other cases, they can just check if the process has been followed by the Copilot, confirm if the answer is right, submit, and it gets sent out. So that's a big part of Agent Copilot, is just the system pulling from processes and data and giving pre-written answers and actions for your agents. Similarly, what it will also do is give more context to the agent. If you have a ticket that has an edge case, and 2 years ago you had another ticket in your Zendesk instance with the exact same scenario, the systems will surface that ticket as like, hey, this is a similar ticket, you might want to take a look at this. Similarly, we all know those customers who contact you over messaging, email, and phone and voice for the exact same issue. The system will surface those tickets and say, hey, it's the same conversation, the same customer, we should merge those tickets before you handle it. That deflects duplicate work, more efficient, and the customer gets like one nice answer instead of 3 or 4 multiple answers in the queue. And then the last thing that Copilot does is it will assist the agent with writing. So in case there are scenarios where there is no process, where there is no documentation, and they actually need to write an answer, we can turn a very quick, sadly we can't help you, into like a nicer, dear sir, madam, sadly we cannot help you with your problem. Or if the customer emails saying, hey, due to sickness I have to cancel my booking, then we can use the writing tools to expand the I've changed your booking to, hey, I've changed your booking, hope you get well soon, and your name. So the writing tools help with expanding short answers or doing tone shifts from a very familiar low-key answer to a very dry professional answer if the context needed there. So that's Copilot. Second thing that we do to assist agents is what we call triage and routing. It used to be that if customers email, the email comes in, and that gets added to the queue of your support team. But with advanced AI, with Zendesk, we can read intents and entities in emails. So we can detect, hey, this email is about the booking. The booking number is 123 for August the 7th, and the customer wants to change the booking. Now we can look into Zendesk, seeing, hey, is there somebody online in the agent team who can handle bookings? Do they have that skill? Do they have availability, or they're already on the phone or talking to other customers? And if yes, then we just assign that ticket to the right agent, and they can immediately help the customer. So instead of manually routing or agents cherry picking or tickets being like reassigned to multiple people until we find somebody who can actually handle the ticket, that gets all done automatically by detecting the intent, sentiment, entities in the conversation. And similarly, if a ticket does need to be sent from one agent to another, we can use automatic summaries, voice transcription for phone calls to give insight in what's been happening on this ticket before it reached my desk, and I need to look at it. So we can leverage all those insights in basically making it very easy for your agents to look at a ticket, know what's going on, and then use Agent Copilot to assist and reply to that ticket. So AI agents for your customer service, Copilot for agents to assist with their work, make sure it's routed, to propose next actions and assist them. And now we come to the third and final part of AI offering from Zendesk, and that's what we call Zendesk QA, or a way to learn from every conversation. Traditionally, in reporting, we have this thing where you have a dashboard, you go look at the dashboard, and you see the results of amount of tickets, or you see the amount of tickets per category, if your agent categorize it. And you might have a metric saying, hey, this is a bad CSAT, and then you need to go read all those tickets to see what's going on. With Zendesk QA, and thanks to Zendesk AI, we can basically automate a big part of that process. So one of them is within Explore, we have new dashboards that surface all the actions that the AI agent Copilot Intelligent Triage does. So we can see where does the bot fail, which we can then use to improve your process. We can see how many procedures have been used by your agents and how many times an agent needs to jump in and override the Copilot, because that means we need to tweak the process a bit, improve it so that doesn't happen. And we can use content queues and knowledge gaps to basically highlight, hey, these are things we're doing, which we have no processes for, which we have no documentation for. We should actually go write some to automate and offer self-service solutions and assist agents. So that's one big part of our QA and insights, is basically surfacing the actions that the AI Copilot and agent does for you, and then make that available to improve your processes. Second one, already mentioned a bit earlier, is we can also give you more insights in your data. Where an agent or the team lead might read 5 to 10 tickets in a day to get some insights, Zendesk QA can read every ticket 24/7. And it can give you insights on what it read. So for example, if we say, hey, we want to work on tone of voice, because we've gotten feedback from customers that we're sometimes a bit too short or too abrupt in our answers, we can tell the QA, hey, highlight me all the tickets where the tone of voice of the agent wasn't good enough, where we detect a bad tone of voice, and we can then maybe link that to customer CSAT. And you get a report, you get an insight of all those tickets that have, for example, a bad tone of voice. On the other hand, maybe you want to look at how good are we in offering solutions. So you want to have an auto QA dashboard that highlights exemplary tickets which have a perfect solution. So you can use that in your coaching and training to show your agents, hey, this is how it's actually done. This is a good example. Now, Estimate Auto QA reads all your tickets, it knows about all your tickets. So if somewhere down the line you want to basically measure something, you can just flag that in Zendesk QA, and it will highlight all the tickets that meet your criteria. Second big part within QA is what we call Spotlight. So reporting is good to see what's going on, but sometimes you also want to get an alert when something happens. If the system detects a certain amount of customers that are going to churn, or if they detect a specific set of customers and a specific set of intents where the customers are always unhappy. Once those criteria are met, the system via Spotlight can highlight those tickets, highlight those problems, and say, hey, be aware, software updates not going well, there's a lot of bad feedback on that one. And then you can jump in and then either reach out to those customers, maybe reach out to those agents, or maybe fix your product, make a change in your process to help those customers. So Zendesk QA, very good for getting deep insights in your tickets, highlighting specific elements that go good or bad. And of course, you can leverage that to train and improve your team and make sure they get the right coaching. Those three things together basically form what we call Zendesk AI. So we have our existing Zendesk suite, which offers you a very integrated, nice solution for offering customer service or employee support. We can expand on that with AI agents to offer even better ticket deflection and self-service. We can integrate into Agent Workspace with AI Agent Copilot and automate a lot of the things your agents do day by day. We can get you more insights in your existing data and highlight potential things for improvement via Zendesk QA. And with the Zendesk platform overall, we can integrate across all your tools. We can collaborate with all your departments and make sure that your customer care team works as like one cohesive part of your entire company. And that's it for me for today. So I hope you got some insights in how Zendesk works today over the entirety of the suite. And as always, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're there to help. Thanks.